Hi everyone and welcome to Recipe Line. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you all? I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. So today I'm doing a full meal recipe and yeah, it's a weekend here, so I'm just preparing for the weekend ahead. So here I have about 8-9 chicken legs. So what I'm going to do is just put a little cuts in them, like so. Don't need to do it on the other side, and any excess fat, just take it off. Do the same with all the legs. Like so. So now in this bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and add yogurt, about 1 cup of yogurt. Next we will add some spices. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger powder, so I've just added 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of mixed herbs, 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 tablespoon of chili flakes, and a tablespoon of white pepper, 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, a 4 to 5 tablespoons of lemon juice. So now mix really well and leave it aside once you mixed it really well. And I'm going to mix this really well and then apply to the chicken legs and leave it in the fridge for a few hours. If you can leave it overnight, that would be good. So this is how it's looking. So now I'm covering and I'm going to leave this covered leave it in the fridge. So let's put it in the fridge. So and now next thing I'm going to be making is just take the outer layers off. So now I'm going to just slice these. So I've peeled the ginger. I'm going to peel the garlic. This is a nice one. And yes, so this is going to be 1.5 kg of rice that I've been making. And we will also fry some potato eggs I've already boiled. So this is the preparation going on for tomorrow's meal. And I hope you enjoy. So I'm just doing this as much as I can a day before, so it's easier the next day. this pressure cooker, I'm just using it to cook. I'm adding half a cup of oil and some whole spices. So I've got cumin seeds, 2 black cardamom, aniseed, star aniseed, cumin, black pepper, bay leaf, cloves. So we're just gonna lightly fry them for a few minutes on a low heat. We don't want the spices to burn. And once we have done this, I will add the onions, and we're gonna saute the onions until nice and soft, like golden brown. But I'll also be using some short bought fried onions later. So this is just to get everything, all the masalas ready a day before. So the next day all I need to do is just boil the rice. It's been a few minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and add the onions. And I'm also going to go ahead and add the garlic. So on a very low heat I'm going to leave this to cook. I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt, which will help it to cook better. So I'm going to leave this and cover this for a good 15-20 minutes. I'm just adding a few tablespoons of water so it doesn't burn at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and make a paste of this ginger. So the eggs have cooled down, so I'm just going to take the shells off so they can be ready for tomorrow as well. So if we do these things in advance, then it's easier the next day. This weekend is going to be busy, so I like to get some preparation done a day before. So the eggs are all done, so I'm just going to go ahead and fry them. I've got a pinch of turmeric and I'm going to apply to this. Half a teaspoon of red chilli powder, you can add less. In this pan I'm going to go ahead and add oil, about 3 tablespoons. And let the oil heat up, and then we'll add the eggs. Just going to lightly fry them, not too much, so they have a nice colour. Don't take very long to do. So after about a minute, just keep moving them around a little bit. A very small cooker that I have for simmering food, so I'm just using that so they don't burn. So they look done. I'm just going to go ahead and take them out. So here I have peeled a few potatoes and cut them in half, and what I'm going to do is boil them, and then I will fry them, deep fry them, and this also can be ready for tomorrow. So the potatoes are boiled. I'm just going to go ahead and just strain them, and then I will fry them. The onions are coming up nicely. I'm just going to dry the water a bit more so it's evaporated, and then I will add tomatoes and the rest of the spices. Here I've got the oil on, and I'm just waiting for it to get hot. So while the onions are reducing in water and evaporating the water, and the oil is getting hot, I'm going to go ahead and make the yogurt for tomorrow. So here I've got onions and green chilies, 2 green chilies, and just less than half an onion depending on the size. I'm going to go ahead and add yogurt. So this is just a quick raita that I'm doing. And a teaspoon of cumin seeds. A teaspoon of salt. 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk. I only add milk when the yogurt is very thick, and just mix. So this is a quick raita that is ready for tomorrow. I'm going to cover this and leave this in the fridge. The potatoes are already boiled, so what we just want is a golden color on them, which shouldn't take very long. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the spices. So we want it really spicy, so I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, teaspoon of turmeric powder, ginger powder, a tablespoon, garlic powder, a tablespoon, cumin powder, a tablespoon. Now mix. Go ahead and add a tin of tomato and the paste I made of ginger. Full tin of tomato going in there. Mix. And let it cook now for another half an hour. When there's so many onions, it takes a long time for it to make masala. So there's about 6 big large onions in here. And at this stage you can test the spices and see if it's all to your taste and if you need to add anything. So the potatoes look ready. I'm just going to go ahead and take them out. So all the prep for tomorrow is done, and I'm just going to leave it covered, the potatoes and the eggs, and yeah, continue tomorrow. So it's only about 5 o'clock here and it's gone really dark. Yeah, it's only 10 past 5. So in this bowl I'm going to go ahead and add my rice to salt. So in a cold water I'm going to wash and soak this rice. About 3 to 4 chain water. Water to boil the rice in. I'm going to add some salt, about 1.5 tablespoons, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cover until the water starts to boil. So let's take out the chicken from yesterday. So my cooker is already on, preheating, and I'm going to put the chicken here. This is the chicken that we marinated last night. So today I didn't need to do any chopping or anything. I'm just going to put this in the oven for about 1 hour, turning on the other side halfway through. Yeah, so I'm just going to put them in and close the lid. So I'm going to open the lid, and I'm going to add some cumin seeds, half a teaspoon, sea cloves and black pepper. So the water is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and add the rice, and now we can only cook this rice for about 75%, because the rest will cook in when we steam this with the masalas and everything. So just stir once and let it cook. It'll take, depending on the rice, but this one will take about 10 minutes. So let's have a look. You can usually tell how much the rice is cooked if you take it between your fingers and press. If you see a lot of grains still inside, these little ones, then it means it still needs a bit more cooking. We're only looking for when there's only about 1 grain that can cook with the masala. So I'm just letting the rice cook for another 2 minutes. So the other indication the rice is, nearly cooked is it starts to expand. The grains are longer. I'm covering this for the next 30 seconds or 1 minute. So now I'm going to take off. This looks ready, and I'm just going to go and strain. So this is the masala. I'm just going to take half of it out and leave half in there. Spread it out. Make sure the heat is on low. And you really do need a heavy bottom pan for this. Put the rice, half of the rice in there. Spread the rice. Add a bit of colouring. This is optional, but I do like it, or you can add saffron. Now the potatoes and eggs. And I'm going to add the rest of the masala and the rice. And then spread the rest of the rice on top. More colouring. 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Just do it so that it can give steam. Now cover and leave this for half an hour on a very low heat. All we want is the rice to steam. So here I'm making bread cinnamon rolls, and here I've got breadcrumbs, natural ones, 2 eggs, nuts that I have crushed with the knife, soft cheese, extra thick cream, cinnamon powder, sugar that's mixed with some brown sugar, and white bread slices. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and add the soft cheese in this bowl, and then I'm going to add the cream. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the cream, double cream, and to this I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar, powdered sugar. So now I'm going to go ahead and add powdered sugar, about 3 tablespoons, depending on how sweet you want, and you can add a 4th one, but this is enough for us. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mix. So mix this really well, and then keep aside. Like so. And I'm going to go ahead and add the nuts. I think with the nuts it gives a nice crunch, so I'm just going to add about 3 tablespoons. I've got walnuts and cashew nuts here, but any of your choice will do. So this is how the mixture is looking, so I'm going to keep this aside. So I'm going to go ahead and whisk the eggs. And then keep aside. So in the sugar that's in the plate, I'm going to go ahead and add half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and then mix really well, and then keep this aside. The flavors of cinnamon and sugar is just delicious, and just perfect timing near the Christmas time. You can make these, doesn't take very long. Now take the bread, and what we're going to do is cut the ends off like so. And these ends you can use to make breadcrumbs, so they don't really go to waste. And do this same on all 4 sides. So I'm just going to put these in their plate, the ends, and leave them out for a few hours, and then I will just make breadcrumbs out of them in the machine, so they don't go to waste. So take a piece of bread, slice, and then just flatten it like so, and apply the mixture, cream mixture, spread it out like so. And then just roll it. Just leave it aside, and we'll just carry on doing that same with all of them. Or you can do a few at a time and then make a roll. It doesn't matter if there's a bit of the ends left. Spread the mixture and then just roll. Very easy to do. And just fold and press them down. So there's the chicken. I'm just going to take them out and change the side. There's the biryani steaming away. So I'm going to go ahead and add oil to this. To fry the rolls in. While the oil is heating up, what I'm going to do is dip the rolls in the egg, like so, and then roll them out in the breadcrumbs. do the same to all of them. So I managed to make about 10, 12, but I've still got mixture left over, which I will be using tomorrow, Sunday, so the children are at home. So just keep repeating. And this is a really nice snack, quick to make, or when the children, you know, for their tea or something they want sweet, or when you got guests coming. So I'm just going to put it in there, and they don't take very long. They don't take very long to cook on one side, so after 1 minute just turn them over. So have a plate ready to take them out in. These need a bit longer. So after about 2-3 minutes, when they have to slightly cool down, I'll just roll them out in the cinnamon and the sugar that you had made, and just put them inside, like so. Just roll them out.